The first thing, guys, that you have to understand about life is that reality is a perception. Come. And everything that you believe is true. Everything that you believe is true, man. And at the same time, it's not because you believe it. And as first thing, what I'm gonna say is, what did you eat today? Think about something. Probably it was meat, probably it was pasta, probably it was snakes. I don't fucking know, bro, what you eat, okay? But remember yourself eating what you eat today. Remember, close your eyes right now and remember yourself when you was eating that. And now, let me ask you that. Are you sure that you really eat that thing? A steak, pasta, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Are you sure that you really eat that? Or you remember that you eat that? Probably you remember that you eat that. But let me ask you that. What do you mean that you remember something? It means that you think something, it's a thought. Now let me say to you that you didn't eat that. Close your eyes again. And you didn't eat that pasta. You didn't eat that steak. You eat potatoes. Kartoffeln, call it as you want, my bro. You eat potatoes. And visualize yourself eating potatoes. Visualize that. Instead of eating what you eat, visualize yourself eating potatoes. And visualize it so deeply, deeper. How does it taste? Are they salty or not? Is there oil? Open your eyes and reply to me, bro. What did you eat today, bro? Now you're like, Denis, that's only a little stupid game, right? But you know why it's a little stupid game? And you believe that you probably believe that you really eat what you eat instead of potatoes, because you believe that what you remember is true. So do you agree with me now that if you only stop believing that everything you remember is true, then you really didn't eat pasta or steak? Then you eat what you want. You ate what you want. If you only stop believing that because you remembered it, because you remembered it, it's true, then you realize, because this is only a belief, and we know that beliefs are not true because it's only a thought, different series of thought that are together create the belief. What is thought? Can you touch thought? No. You decided. You've been raised in a society where remembering, where everything that teaches you since you was a child, that everything you remembered is true. But I guarantee that if you remembered another thing, you would believe that you eat another thing. So you didn't actually. What did you eat? Only because you believe it means that you eat that? No, my bro. And if you are scared, if you don't want to accept this thing that I'm saying to you, it's only because you're scared of accepting reality. because you know that so many things will fall down if you accept that. But bro, this is the truth. And so do you realize that nothing of what you believe is real? It's all inside your mind. It's that you are deciding that this is true. It's not that this is true. It's that you are deciding that this is true. Okay? Let's suppose now, when I say the color red, do you think that me and you, we see the same thing? No. If you see this, what color is this? Yellow, right? You would say, yeah, Dennis, it's yellow. Green, okay, it's lime. But do we, like, now, you, like, let's suppose you're my child. I raise you up and I teach you that this is lime, right? Yeah. So probably you see it as fuchsia. I see it as blue. Is the same kind of color, but now you call lime fuchsia and I call lime blue. So when I see blue, I say lime. When you see fuchsia, you say lime. So we believe that we say that we see the same thing, but it's not. Or at least, are you sure that we see the same thing? Reality is perception, my bro. Okay. So if you really understand this, first of all, you will start questioning things. Like, for example, why the hell are you working 11 months to go 2 weeks in vacation? Because I know now you're like, how Dennis, like, it's obvious. Yeah, of course, because you never thought that it can also not be obvious. Like, you're so used, it's like you're giving 11 euros to me and I give you 1 or 50 cents and you call it obvious. Of course, because for you it's normal to lose money, because your belief is that it's obvious to lose money. And this is how you're losing life, basically. You're giving away 11 months of work for 1 month of vacation and you call it normal. But do you realize that probably if you give 11 and you take 1, probably, my bro, I don't want to be that cocky, but probably, bro, you're losing. And you don't believe it, because if somebody wants to make you lose, the first rule, if somebody wants to put you in a jail, the first rule for making you stay in the jail, you know what is the first rule? You don't have to understand that this is a jail, because the bird that is born in the cage doesn't believe that there is a cage, my bro, because that bird is so used, he can't question, because he doesn't have things to match, he doesn't have things to compare, he doesn't have space to compare freedom with the cage. So he only has, his reality is the cage, his reality is his wholeness, is everything for him. So he believes that everything is the cage. So if everything is the cage is unlimited, because it's everything. So the bird, my bro, believes that the cage is unlimited. He's in the cage and he believes he's free. And if you're trading 11 months for 2 weeks of vacation, 1 month of vacation, I don't want to call you bird, but you're a fucking bird. Not in a bad way, because I'm here. I know it hurts. I know that right now you would say, oh Dennis, you're cocky and stuff like that, and I'm doing it for opening your eyes. I know that to do it you have to feel a certain level of pain, because if you don't, I mean, growth is on the next side of the cold river. So first you have to go through the cold river. So let me ask you that, are you still sure that everything you're doing in life is normal? Are you still sure that there is no such thing called as matrix? Because look, if you don't believe on matrix, it's because you are in the matrix. Okay? And I know that now, like I used to listen somebody like Andrew Tate who used to say those things, and I never really understood it till the moment that I realized that I was really free. And because you're not really free, you believe that freedom is what you're doing right now. But because you don't question it, that's why you're not free in first place. Because you don't have, first of all, you've never had the ability to question it. So you didn't, if you can't question things, you can't, can we agree that if you can't question, you can't even choose? Because you can choose once you ask a question and then you decide. But how can you decide if you don't ask the question first? So it means that it's not that somebody is deciding and that person is not you, my bro. And people go through life calling it normal, working for a work that doesn't fulfill them, that whatever they give, they don't, that where they don't earn whatever they give, you know, they don't earn based on the value, but they earn based on how much somebody else wants to pay you. Them. I'm not gonna say you because you're gonna feel attacked. So now that we have ideas, now that this concept is a little bit more clear, the fact that you say, the single moment that you judge reality, because people, what do? They have a certain set of beliefs. With this kind of beliefs, we can call it operative system, okay? They go through life and they judge life based on their operative system, not based on life. So let's suppose you have a Windows operative system. I gave you an application that is the installation app, download app for Mac. You will install it, but you will never understand it because your brain does not have a certain beliefs that allow that thing that allow to accept the thing. Like if I say to you 2 + 2 is 5, you would say, now Dennis, this is bullshit, right? Why? We agree that 2 is 2, right? Yeah, 2 is 2. You're like, plus is plus? No, that's the key, that's the thing, bro. Because you believe that this is 4 because you will live in a world where the plus has a certain level of meaning. And you will never understand me when I say to you 2 + 2 is 5 unless you switch the meaning of the plus. You can't. It's math. It's math, right? So when I say those things, I know that some of you will not understand those things and will call it bullshit because they don't think, they think with the old operative system, but it's the same system that created lack of freedom, that make you stay in the jail. Of course, with that kind of operative system, you can't understand what I'm talking about because it's a whole we're talking different languages. Okay. So now, first of all, before judging me, and if you judge me, okay, we know because you judge yourself and stuff like that. Okay. Question yourself if the reality you see, if this is really blue, lime, or fucking yellow, okay? And I want you to understand that it's not about the external reality. It's all about how you perceive the external reality. And you can perceive the external reality as you fucking want. So this life is not a real life. My bro, this life is a video game. And you can decide to be the character inside, or you can step out of the game and you can be the player that decide the rules of the game. Because you have the ability to decide the rules of the game, you can choose that you can decide, or you can choose that you can't decide. You're still choosing. So you can choose, or you play the video game with other people's rule. And let me say that to you. If you have certain beliefs around life and you can justify your beliefs, it means that those are not your beliefs. Those are the beliefs of somebody else. And you just took those beliefs, you eat those beliefs, and you didn't even question if those things are true or not. And you go through life judging other people, feeling like smart, but you're judging them only with the beliefs that somebody gave to you that you didn't even fucking think about. So the moment you understand that reality is a video game, you can decide that the character can die with one shot, or he can die with 50 shots, or he can even not die. But because you don't believe that such thing is possible, that's why you don't choose. That's why you don't choose. That's why you probably, your name is, I don't know, John, your name is Enyo, your name is Denis, your name is Mango, I don't fucking know. And you go through life, all the life, believing that you are Mango because one day somebody chose that name for you. Now, I'm not saying you to change the name, but this is to show you that you're actively not choosing your identity. You're choosing the identity that society gave to you because you believe that this is normal, this is you. It's so comfortable that this is you, you know. So one thing about identity is that identity will always create your own reality. Identity will create your personality, and personality will create your own reality. So your identity basically, so the way you see yourself, set of thoughts you have, set of beliefs and emotions are creating your reality. And the crazy thing about identity is that identity is always moving. But the fact that you're never living the now and you're always living in the past, you're recreating your identity is moving, but is never progressing, is moving. And there's a difference between progress and movement. Progress is making progress. Movement is moving, but staying in the same position. So your identity is moving, but because you don't believe that you can choose it, you can choose it. But because you don't believe that you can choose it, you're choosing the same identity you had yesterday. And imagine now what? Your life is the same as yesterday. So people go through life with the same thoughts, with the same emotion, with the same beliefs, with the same identity. They see themselves in the same way, and they hope for reality to change. How can it change? Because if you continue to believe that this is lime, my bro, this will never be blue. This will never be blue. And your reality is on you. You are always bending reality. And if you don't believe that you can bend reality, you are bending a reality where you can't bend the reality. And you decide to not choose. You decide to decide that the reality is gonna define you. Not you're gonna define your reality, but the reality is gonna define you every single time that you say, oh, that's what happened, that made me feel, oh, this is beautiful, oh, this is ugly. Every single time that you define, like you say that the reality is in a certain way, you're recreating the same reality. Like the moment you say that this is beautiful, that's when it becomes beautiful. So affirming that the reality is in a certain way, you're also affirming that you are not the one who's deciding the reality, but you're the victim of your reality. So instead of saying, oh, that's beautiful, you can say, like, you can say, now it would be like pretty strange to say, I decided to be beautiful, but that's how actually it is. Things are not beautiful, and things are not ugly. Things are how you decide them to be. Okay? And if you don't decide, if you don't believe about what I'm saying, you're just deciding to not decide. And because things happen in life, or you're the one who's driving, who's deciding where to go in the river, or you will be carried by the river. But the crazy thing is that the river does not have your interest, my bro. So the moment that you don't believe me, you're also deciding that somebody else is taking advantage of you, my bro. Society is taking advantage of you. And yeah. So I don't want you to feel bad. If you feel, it's okay. I want you to open your eyes right now, because people are awakening, because reality is not what you believe it is. You can bend reality, my bro. Yeah, you can. My students are getting crazy results. And you're free. That's what I want to say. You're free, my guy. You're free, and you can do what you want. You can choose the character you want to play in this game. And when you don't choose, somebody's choosing for you. And when somebody's choosing for you, he's not choosing for you, he's choosing for himself. Okay? So I'm gonna leave you with the last thing, that is, true power is the power to control. It's not the power to control the external environment, but it's the power to control your own mind, your own thoughts. This is true power. And if you do that, then the consequence is controlling the external environment, but you don't change it, you change here. This is the variable, not that. Okay, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next video, my man. Have a blessing fucking day.